What's up guys, this is Astranox. It's time for the showcase of Assassin Coli. Now I have her built with 15 skill ups on my first account. I've showcased her 15 months ago on my second account, but it's a different ball game here. I have different team compositions, way more oriented towards speed, high offense, so it is different. So her memory imprint is very strong, crit chance for herself or for front and bottom. She, with her stats, is able to deal a lot of damage, guys. And her soul burn doubles her damage. I was not able to get enough crit chance on her gear, but I'm able to have her on speed penetration set. So that's something different compared to the other video that I've done already 15 months ago. And I'm using Midnight Bloom because it's pushing her crit chance to 100% and also giving the team crit chance, which is really nice because I have some heroes which don't have 100% crit chance and I don't want to rely on Challenger Domino, right? Her exclusive equipment is very good because more attack, and also she gets immunity when she uses the skill number 3, which works hand in hand with her passive. She will get stealth at the end of her turn if she doesn't have any debuff, and when she's stealthed, she boosts her survivability, takes half damage from AoE attack, and also her skill 1 will be dealing more damage. Her damage scales based on her speed as an extra multiplier, so it's a beautiful amount of damage that you're getting when you're pushing her speed, pushing her offense, allowing you to go first in a lot of cases. I don't have her super fast. The thing is, I want to try my Assassin Sid's gear on her later down the line, but he doesn't have penetration set. It's really about pushing as much speed as possible on him because ML Sid has 128 base speed. A.Coli has 126 base speed. It's only 2 different, so it's not that bad. But you can see that she does get attack buff at the start of her turn when she doesn't have any debuff. And also that's super strong with her exclusive equipment that gives her the immunity buff for 2 turns after using the skill number 3. So it's very important that you don't have a debuff on her. It's very important that the enemy doesn't open against your team before you get a chance to go. And also having 20 souls is a big deal. You can see that the damage I'm able to do with her is ridiculous. The soul burn doubles the damage. So it is sort of like imperative that you do have the 20 souls and you reserve those 20 souls for her because it's just so much more damage. And doing a killing blow with the skill number 3 is a big deal because it will also allow you to silence the rest of their team if they don't have immunity set or immunity buff on them. So it is definitely super impactful. Very good to win you games versus teams that are too slow, teams that don't have super high effect resistance or immunity buff on them. And she will also deal a ton of damage throughout the battle. She's going to be stealthed, hiding in the shadows, so that means like much better survivability, and the enemy will have to worry about having maybe a hero or more that has to hit all your team. If there's a big AoE attack coming your way, then if you're stealthed, you're taking only half the damage. So that's a big deal. Let's say you down Arbiter Vildred, and she might be the only one surviving in your high offense team that's like super glass cannon-y, and she survives that. And then she's able to finish him off because she deals so much damage, with her skill 1, skill 3. So it's definitely very good. Now her kit is definitely a kit that is worth investing into. You can also bring her in PvE content, so that's cool. The constant attack buff that she gets on herself means that she's self-sufficient. You don't need an attack buffer with her. So that means that in some teams, I'm using something like a P.Y.L.O.T that will like self-attack buff before he deals damage. And then he has the exclusive equipment that will give attack buff to the highest attacker in the team, which is not Assassin Coli, right? And then Assassin Coli will have her self-attack buff. Top model Locke has her self-attack buff. So it's pretty insane what you're able to pull off without requiring a hero that will apply attack buff on your whole team. And then as you can see, like my heroes, at the end of the video, you can see the stats that I have, how much speed I have on my heroes, but they're pretty tight in speed. And a lot of times I don't even need a combationist pusher for my whole team. So it opens a lot of cool things that I don't have to like worry about relying on a CR pusher that might require a non-attack skill, which means like Politis is a threat, Celine is a threat, having the enemy open against me is a problem, relying on a CR pusher that has a low base speed is a prime, because with a bunch of like 128, 129 base speed heroes that get introduced in the game, it's really important that you actually scale and you put gear on a hero that does have a high base speed, so Assassin Coli, ML Sid, Pera, there's a lot of heroes, right? Like Ran. So yeah, if you're going for a playstyle like this, which is definitely not a super popular playstyle because it's very hard, you need a lot of gear and you need to farm Wyvern like a crap ton, and also you need some penetration set because if you're gonna be running like single target damage dealers, you need penetration set. But then you need a lot of speed, which is even harder to get a combo of speed set plus penetration set with super high speed on pieces of gear. You need high crit chance, high crit damage. You need a lot of attack, the speed, sometimes in some cases you need the effectiveness. Assassin Coli, she needs effectiveness because she can stun with the skill number 3, and then she can apply silence on the rest of their team if she downs the target. And she's able to do so, especially when she has the soul burn, the 20 souls. Big deal, man. That scaling off of her speed on skill 3 and the skill 1 means that you can push the speed without worrying about, oh well, she's not going to do as much damage now. No, she still does a lot of damage, so you don't need that much attack and crit damage, and you will still be doing a ton of damage because that multiplier based on speed, which is definitely beautiful. Now, in terms of artifact, yes, I have her on Midnight Bloom is because I don't have 100% crit chance, even with her self-imprint. That is sad, but at least I'm helping the team with some crit chance. And to be honest, like, you can be running like the crit chance and hit chance artifact, 5-star artifact, but I don't even have it, right? And to be honest, like, if you don't think that the hit chance will come to good use, then like having crit chance for your whole team when you have a few heroes like at 85 crit chance, then you're gonna get more value out of that, and you don't have to rely on a crit chance memory imprint, a crit chance buff or something like that. So I definitely like it. So I think like that's a good usage of the Midnight Bloom. But if I had her on like Eliha's Knife and I'm able to soften up the enemy that I'm about to like drop the skill 3 on or use skill 1 on, right? That would push her damage even further, and she has penetration set. Like, could you imagine how much damage she would be dealing? That would be completely ridiculous. If I have, let's say, Portrait of the Saviors or the Guild War Unity artifact, like, she would be dealing more damage. But instead, I'm going for Midnight Bloom. Like, the crit chance, I'm putting it to good use. I'm using the crit chance fully, like almost the whole 16%. So definitely very valuable right there. And to be honest, like, she can fit in so many different teams because she's self-sufficient with the attack buff. And as long as you go first and you use the skill 3, you get that immunity. That means you are guaranteeing your attack buff. You're guaranteeing that you're going to be able to, potentially stay in stealth longer and stuff like that. Because if the enemy, if you're applying barrier on her, let's say from Fallen CC or like a barrier buffer in your team, you're going to be able to stay in stealth unless they break the barrier, which is definitely boosting her survivability by a lot. And I mean, just throughout the whole battle, she's just going to be able to deal so much damage, man. Like, the constant attack buffs, it's just beautiful. And you can also have her on a Dust Devil build, but that is for more like PvE content, I would say. When you're just going to be in a longer battle, when you're going to be dropping a bunch of skill 1s, then you can get a double attack with the skill 1, right? But outside of that, if you know for sure you're going to be able to soften up the enemy, if you're not opening with her and you have even faster heroes with like 128, 129 base speed, and then you soften them up, hopefully they don't have barrier, maybe you have to ban their Fallen Cecilia, then the Eliha's Knife option opens up, and that means up to 20% defense penetration. Add the penetration set with 15%, so that's 35% penetration. I'm not sure if it's additive, so let us know in the comment section, but still, it will definitely push her damage even further, especially versus, heroes that have high damage mitigation, high amount of defense. As you can see here, Designer a little bit doesn't take much damage here, but at least I'm able to drop the stun on her, and that's not enough debuff on their team for her to have her fighting spirit built high enough so she triggers the cleansing, the removal of debuff on herself, so she can actually push ahead. So that was pretty cool right there. But of course, like, if they're very tanky, you have to be careful, you have to soften up their team, you have to take out the big threats one by one, and you have to be smart about it, right? But like, she can fit in all sorts of teams. That's the thing. Like, you could even be running like a bruisery team, and like, let's say you pick her last, the enemy doesn't have like AoE damage dealers, they will be forced to like ban her. Or maybe you're running Spectre Tenebria and herself, so they ban one of those heroes, and then maybe she's still there, and throughout the battle she's gonna be great, man. You don't have to worry about attack buff, and the damage will be there, and you can make some really cool things happen. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. And let us know what you guys think about the build that I have her on. She's not an opener, but she's pretty close to it. And you can see the damage is definitely there, and she's able to help quite a bit with the silence, the stun, the big damage. So yeah, very powerful hero. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.